Hi guys, welcome to what is sure to be the first of many Yum Cha videos on the Food and Culture channel. Now, for those of you who don't know, Yum Cha, literally translated from Cantonese, means drink tea. Yum is drink, cha is tea. But what most people think about when they think of Yum Cha is the dim sum, the food that you're eating, the small little morsels of different kinds of, often seafood, steamed, fried and boiled, that you get at Yum Cha. Now, as I said, Yum Cha is a Cantonese tradition, but it's from all across China, and a lot of parts of the world have taken it up. And there are local varieties and specialities and different versions of foods that you can get in all different countries, including London and Sydney and all western areas of the world, as well as here in Singapore. So I've come to Temple Street in Chinatown, Singapore, to a Yum Cha restaurant that I've been to once already. And it's a little bit hard to find, but it's really worth the look. So let's walk and talk. Now, for me, the king of dumplings at Yum Cha definitely is ha gao, which is prawn dumpling. Gao means dumpling, bao means bun, chum fun means rice noodle. We'll go through all of this stuff as we go through. They don't have a whole big range of traditional stuff here, but what they have is very good quality. Now, in Hong Kong, for example, it's actually a breakfast food. In the West, we tend to have it as lunch, but in most of the big Yum Cha restaurants or cha laos that you go to in Hong Kong, they open at 6 a.m. So you'll have grandmothers going in at 6 for breakfast, and then a bunch of different buses bringing in workers from around the place throughout the whole morning. And then other people who aren't working or friends coming together to have it throughout the entire day. And once you really get into it, the tea really is an integral component in the whole thing. A lot of people will start out just having soft drink with their dim sum, but there is a lot of different types of tea out there and some really fantastic ones that complement the foods fantastically. The one that I most enjoy is called Lung Jiang. Now, it's not available at too many restaurants. I'll see if they have it here today. I don't think they will, though. If you go to a famous old tea house like Lok Yu in Hong Kong, they actually have really premium prestige teacups and teas that might be $10 a cup or something, because people are going there for the tea, and the dim sum is just a snack on the side. So, let's head in. And hiding in behind the markets is the Yum Cha, or as it's properly known, cha lao. Unfortunately, they didn't have any of the teas I wanted, but you might find it a bit strange if you are used to Yum Cha, say in Sydney or London, where they come around with the trolleys exclusively. It's very, very common to need to grab a pen and then order exactly what you want, and then they steam it and bring it to you. Okay, so once you've got your coupon all filled in with exactly what you want, then you just hand it in and they will steam it all up for you. Some of the dishes you'll probably find are already cooked, like the chicken feet are normally cooked, but some of the others will need to be cooked up to order. When you're ordering in Yum Cha, a few little words to remember. Ngoi, so it's kind of spelled M-G-O-I. Means thank you, but it also means to get someone's attention, and Mai Dan means the bill, please. And another little tradition, if someone pours your tea for you, you give the 2-finger tap, which means thank you. I'll tell you the history of that one on a later video. Now, when your tea's getting either low on water or cold, or you want it freshened up, depending on where you are, the most traditional way is to take the lid off like this. It signifies you need water added. In some restaurants or areas, turning the lid upside down signifies the same thing. One thing that changes from restaurant to restaurant is the type of chili sauce they use here. The one in Singapore is a really vibrant red and a little bit sweet, not as chili. And this particular one looks like the bowl's been left out for hours. It's been set out, even though they only just opened, it's dried at the edges. And at a dinner restaurant, it's quite common to get peanuts, but in Singapore, all the Yum Chas serve peanuts as well, which they tend to then charge you as an appetizer for.
As indicated by the groups of families and people all eating together there, yum cha is traditionally a communal thing. You take a group, it's a social activity, but that said, I really enjoy going by myself sometimes, as I said, sitting with the old guys. But often the dumplings come in servings of 3 or 4, so having a group of different people means you can try lots of different things at once.
Another reason it's great to come with a group, you can be waiting a while to get your food, and waiting by yourself can get a bit lonely. It's been 25 minutes since I ordered now, and nothing has arrived yet. Okay, first off the bat, I've ordered char siu chen fan. Char siu is barbecue pork, like you'd see hanging in the window of a Chinese butcher, and chen fan is the fresh rice roll, which is steamed. Now you can get these in prawn, pork, beef, fish, scallop, all kinds of different varieties. The quality of this, the sauce that they put on them is generally always the same, but the quality really comes down to how good is the char siu and how thin and how finely steamed is the rice noodle. Wow, and then when it rains it pours. 4 more dishes just arrived. This is crystal mushroom dumplings. They're in the shape of Korean dumplings, surprisingly, but they're filled with mushroom and they have the translucent skin, which is why they call them crystal. Next up is my favourite and must have at any yum cha outing, hagao, which is prawn dumplings. Sometimes they put bamboo shoots in there as well. Again, this one really comes down to how big and fresh the prawns are. You can really tell when they've used fresh ingredients rather than frozen, and how thin the rice paper is on that one. Again, gao means dumpling. Here we are. This one is actually a crab meat dumpling, and you can see it's got fish roe on top, and it's styled in the shape of silam bao, which is the kind of Shanghai dumpling that places like Din Tai Fung are famous for. It has soup inside, but instead of having the wheat-based wrapper of silam bao, this one still has the glutinous rice wrapper of hagao. This one is a little bit different. This is a scallop dumpling. I had this one when I came here last time. Really, really nice with lots of parsley on top. And I think the last dish has just arrived. And lucky last is one of my favorites, and not something that everyone is receptive to. This is black bean chicken feet. It's actually boiled, deep fried and steamed, and it's served in, as I said, a black bean sauce and normally topped with diced chili. It's called fung jiao, and fung jiao means actually phoenix's claw, which is a fancy way of saying chicken's foot. You don't eat the bone. It's all about the glutinous texture of the skin and the black bean sauce. Okay, a quick run around on what I thought of the dishes. The fung jiao is spicy. Singapore seems to make it a lot spicier than anywhere else I've been, but it's good. They're fresh. It's good quality feet. I know that may sound like a misnomer, but you can tell when they're not. Very nice. The mushroom dumplings, boring and bland. Nothing to write home about. I wouldn't order that again. The hagao, very good ingredients. The prawns are really fresh, but quite boring the way it's prepared. There's no extra, beans. There's no bamboo shoot or anything like that in there, and the flavour's not outstanding. We get kind of spoiled in Sydney. It may seem strange because it's further from Asia, but because of the high prices, I think a lot of top Hong Kong dim sum chefs actually come out to the yum cha restaurants in Sydney. So we have actually world-class dim sum in Sydney. The crab ones, the crab's nice enough, but it's got green peas in there, and they're not fresh at all, which lets it down. I also got a piece of prawn shell and prawn antennae in that crab meat dumpling, which I've never experienced at yum cha before. The rice rolls, they're not too bad. It's again, nothing outstanding. The soy sauce is actually really light. The pork's nice enough, but nothing to write home about. And finally, the scallops are very good. The scallops are fresh, big, juicy. All the seafood in there is really delicious. Hey.